Hello. Oops. Hello and welcome to my first live. I am so excited today. It's unbelievable. Hopefully it works. Please give me a thumbs up if it works. I have a very interesting setup with my phone right in front of me, but also I have an iPad on the side so that if you leave me any comments, I can see them and I can respond to them. So please don't hesitate to ask me a question or anything. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. But for today, this is what we're going to prepare. It's I call that the ultimate breakfast pie, and basically it's made up with eggs, cheese and bacon. So I hope you like it. For this recipe, okay, I'm going to change the view now. Oops. Okay, here we are. So we're going to use this view so that you can see absolutely everything I'm doing. So first, main ingredients, 8 eggs. I would say best if they are organic and large and at room temperature. We will need also some grated cheese. So this is cheddar. I've got about 100 grams, which I believe it's a bit more than 3 ounces or 3/4 of a cup. I use cheddar because it's a very easy cheese to find here in the UK and it's very affordable. And although I need it grated, I never buy grated cheese because I never know what they add in it. And also the taste seems very different from what I have when I grate it. So I always try to buy a big block and grate it later. And we have also, and the third ingredient is some bacon, some streaky bacon. It depends, we need about 8 to 10. I mean, it depends, on the size of your bacon, obviously, and the size of the dish. So that's for the ingredients. Let's put them on the side here. And then as for utensils, we will need a bowl to mix everything. We will need a pie pan. So I've got one that is like that. So because we're going to use some eggs and cheese and it's going to be runny, so I'm using basically a parchment paper in order to leave everything, in order for everything to stay inside basically. But if you have a pie that doesn't open, just grease it and I will be fine. Oops, sorry. Just moving everything. And we will need also a board to do the nice weaving stuff and a grater. I mean, for me, because I'm grating my cheese. So that's as simple as that. And I'm doing this live with you, so I hope you will enjoy the whole thing. First, I'm going to grate the cheese. The easiest way to grate the cheese is to leave the cheese in the fridge and take it at the last minute so that the cheese is really hard and it's so much easier to grate. As you can see, it goes very fast. I like when the grating is very small because for me it melts much quicker. And and I really enjoy what is fresh. Obviously, the best choice is if you can have organic cheese, or even better is raw cheese, but it's really hard to find. So I'm getting this one, I think is regular, because I didn't have anything. I didn't have much choice in my shop. That's the way it is here in the UK. You don't get that much choice even in big supermarket in the center of London. But it's really quick to just grate it. Nice, really nice. My son actually likes to grate cheese like that and to nibble on it. I'm not sure if this is something I wouldn't like to nibble on, but yeah, he likes it. And I thought, whoa, that's really clever. That's much better than nibbling on bread or I don't know, even fruits. Sometimes you eat too much fruits and it spikes your blood sugar level. So here I am done, I would say. Yeah, pretty much done. Okay, there are a few more pieces of cheese, but it's okay, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we've prepared all the ingredients. Now we are taking the bowl and we are going to break the eggs. So 8 eggs. You can use more than 8 eggs or less, obviously, but for the pie pan that I'm using, it's the best number of eggs. I forgot to say which size is the pie pan. Mine is 22 centimeters and it's very common in Europe. In the US, that would be the equivalent of a 9-inch pie pan. This is not exactly 22 centimeters, but that's the closest one. And as you can see, I picked some eggs from different types actually this time. So I've got some with really yellow yolk and some with more orange one. And yes, so I'm going to whisk with a fork because you don't really need something else. It's very simple. So what I like to do first is pierce the yolk. I just love doing that. Like that. And then I whisk it quickly like I would do with an omelette so that it's really well mixed. It only takes maybe a minute or two, see? The problem if you leave it like that, when it's cooked, there will be some white patches and I like when it's very homogeneous. So I'm going to, continue doing whisking. Okay, I would say it's done. So when you whisk quickly, you will get some air bubbles, but it doesn't matter because it will really go away quickly. And then you add the cheese in one go. And then you just, mix very quickly and easy. So that it's an homogeneous mix. So, do you like it so far? Do you have any questions? Okay, here we are. And something that I should have done earlier is actually prepare the dish. So I am using this brown dish. As I said, it's 22 centimeters in Europe or 9 inches in the US. I'm just taking some parchment paper. Like that, using my hand to press it to make sure that the dish is pretty much in the middle, and I press it and I'm just going to use my finger to shape it. It doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be, to be kind of a nice shape. And just make sure you don't pierce it, otherwise that would defy the purpose. So once you're done with that, you're just going to pour pour the egg and cheese mix. And that's it. So, as you can see, I'm not sure if you can see, but basically the eggs goes to half of the height of the pan, and it's on purpose because obviously you could add double eggs so that the eggs go up to here, but the issue is when it cooks, the spike actually raises, and it raises up to here. So imagine if you add twice as much eggs, it would be much higher, but then it goes down. So I wouldn't advise to use more than 8 large eggs unless, or many more than 8 large eggs just because of that, unless obviously you use a different size. So that's the easy part. Now we are going to do the less easy part. Oops, let's move that here, which is the weavering. So for this, I'm using some streaky bacon, and I like to use it dry cured because it gives some flavors. Obviously, you could add some salt and pepper to the original mix, but I don't do that because I find that adding bacon or smoked bacon actually gives it some flavor, and I don't need to add any more than that, but obviously you can. So the way you do it is I use one, and then I'm going to lay the other one. So I'll try to add it in the middle. So one on top, and then one underneath. And then this is a very, this is where you need to be super patient because, oh, this one is not straight. So I'm going to use it to do it a bit differently. See, it's not straight. This one is a bit higher up. So I'm going to do it this way to make it as nice as possible. So one, another one, and one underneath, like that. And let's say I can add another one here, and one on top. Okay, so now we're going to do on the sides. So to do on the sides, I'm going to start with this part. So I'm going to add one on top, and this one needs to go underneath. So I'm just going to move it to the side like that, and then add it here. Go back up. See, it's coming in very nicely. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So here we are. See, very nice and quick to do. And I think I could do like one more on each side. So I'm just going to do it one more time. Hop. See, it's going to look gorgeous, and it's not that difficult to make, to prepare at least. So on the other side, I'm going to the last one here. Okay, so that looks really nice, and that will go perfectly under, oops, on top of that. Now it's really tricky because this is, as you can see, I hope you can see, it's very liquid. And we need to put that on top. but we need to make sure that actually there is hardly any gap. I should have said that earlier. Because the more gaps you are, the more the liquid is going to go on top. So now just tweak it as much as you can. Now, when you're done with that, we are going to flip it gently as possible on top of the dish. So this way, oops. And then with the other fingers, which obviously you can't see, but you have to trust me on that. I'm just trying to make sure that it comes off, and you need to take your time to do that. Otherwise, the whole work will have been for nothing. Okay, this is working, this is working. See? It's working nicely, but not on the sides. And then just like that. Oops. Okay, not too bad. Not perfect, but not too bad. And this is ready to go to the oven, which obviously I forgot to say, but you need to preheat the oven at 200 degrees Celsius, which is about 400 Fahrenheit. You place it nicely in the middle of your oven for about 25 minutes to 30 minutes. And then, oops, let's remove that, because I'm not going to cook it now that I'm with you. And then that comes out of the oven. This beautiful, beautiful pie. So as I say, when it comes out, it's really nice and fluffy, like this thickness, and then it goes down. So don't worry, it's normal, it's just the way it is. There must be some hot air, and you just need to make sure that the bacon is really nicely cooked. So this pie I made this morning, just ahead of our live, because I wanted to make sure that, you know, I had something nice to show you. And I'm going to cut one slice to show you how it looks like. So let's use the bacon to cut it. It's not quite in the middle, but that's okay. And the good thing with that is you can either have it warm or cold, or even heat it back up, and it will be really nice. So it can be a nice snack as well. So this is what it looks like. And yeah, honestly, I just love it. So let's get back to, oops. Hey, I'm back. And yes, this is delicious, as you can see. So what I was saying is when it gets out of the oven, it's probably that thick, and then when it cools down, it's just go back to this level. So yeah, don't worry, you haven't done anything wrong when you come back. It's that, but it's great. And I really love it. So I really, really hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you did, thumbs up, because you know that's for me the best feedback, that you enjoy what I'm offering. And if you're new to this channel, please don't hesitate to subscribe. I'm going to try to do, or I want to do, actually one live every week. So it would be amazing if you could join, if you can. I appreciate that the timing is probably not quite right for everyone, but at the moment it's winter in the UK, and the best timing for the light is to do it at noon, which is this time, because that's usually when the light is the best, the brightest. But you know, probably do towards spring, I will do a different time. Just let me know in the comment what time would be better compared to this one, and I'll definitely adjust it. I'm just going to check on my iPad if I have any question, and if I did, I'll be happy to answer your question. Otherwise, So I can see, no, I don't have any questions. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments and I will just answer them as soon as I can see them. So have a wonderful, wonderful day, wonderful weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.